I got to ask you about your musical career because it's I did a little bit background search here. You've played with everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
Can you talk about? I don't know where you want to start.
I was lucky.
Yeah.
I was lucky because I went to Kenosha School in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Senator LaFollette, Governor LaFollette, he's responsible. He's the guy that said we're going to have real music programs in the public schools. We're going to have drama programs. We're going to have art programs. I was in a jazz band in junior high in Kenosha, Wisconsin. You know, I had theory for credit in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I played at the Wonder Bar in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin for 3 years. Played bass and trumpet and sang. We were making more money than I was making more money than my father was out there. So I had this background. I had this very rich art background, music art background, which propelled me to Chicago Musical College, which I only did one semester because they went on the road with Ralph Martiri, you know. And then they got me to the University of Wisconsin-Madison and then into the Army. And there I should have paid the Army. That's where I did my learning. I met Don Jacoby, studied with him. He got me my break in New York. I met my wife. You know, I had 2.5 years at GI Bill, if you can imagine that.
What was your break in New York? Can you talk about that?
Don Jacoby. Don Jacoby, you don't remember Super Circus. You do. Super Circus, you know, Bozo the Clown and the Mandrake. Well, they had a live band there, and Don Jacoby was on staff at CBS then. He heard me play a solo with the Fifth Army Band. He said, think kid like to study with me? Said, yeah, so I take a lesson. I had just finished the Navy School of Music. Navy School of Music. 8 hours a day. You woke up in the morning, you went to bed like this, and you turned off the light. I thought I was hot. So I walked into his bedroom. He says, okay, kid, play me something. So I stand up and I wailing away. He says, sit down. He says, don't take this personally, but you're playing all wrong. Then he looks at my mouthpiece. He takes out, I had a Harry James Parduba double cup mouthpiece. He says, oh, very interesting. As he's looking at it, he's walking towards the window. He opens the window and he throws it out the window. And it goes clinky clank, clank, clank on the driveway. Pulls out a box 7C out of the drawer, puts on a horn, pops it, and said, now we're ready to begin. Well, that was the guy. I got married, went to Indiana University. I needed 15 credits to graduate. I went and auditioned for the Indianapolis Symphony. Israel Solomon. I made it. Contract came to the home. I was ready to sign it in Bloomington, ready to sign it. Phone rang, was Don Jacoby. He said, Fred Waring's looking for our lead trumpet player. Get there in 3 days. My wife wrote a nice thank you letter to the Indianapolis Symphony. I went, joined Fred Waring, and we went to New York. That was it. And Fred, of course, as you know, was very big. I mean, I did TV, I did recordings, he did just almost everything. But most of the reason why I could do that was because of the experience I had in the Fifth Army Band. Because that's where I learned my craft. My writing craft and my playing. That was it. Again, you can practice all you want, but when you're around great musicians 24 hours a day and you're playing around great musicians, you know, for 3 years, that's when you learn. That's why I like to come here. Because I grow, I learn. Also, I can't get complacent and come here and teach. I have to practice. This is, well, I don't know how to put it. Let's just say, if you don't work and practice, don't play in public on the trumpet, because it's embarrassing.